Hello and welcome to our home. My name is Sebastiani and this is my beautiful, amazing wife, Robyn. We're here to bring the first ever Viansa At Home wine tasting to all of our friends, our family, and all of our wine enthusiasts. So this is our actual home here. This is our refrigerator, an island, and all of our stuff. I expect our kids to come screaming through the door at any moment.
Absolutely.
But this is the real deal. We're here to show you kind of what we do at home sometimes to taste wines. We want to show a few of the wines that we have selected for us and for all of our enthusiasts this evening. And we kind of want to bring this to you during such challenging times, and hope everybody is doing well.
Yeah, as we connect with you, we do hope that your family and loved ones are doing well. Definitely challenging times. However, it's bringing new ways of connecting. Later tonight, I'm going to connect with a couple friends on FaceTime, but like a group FaceTime. I've never actually done that before. So we're so happy to be connecting with you, our wine club members, and going through this with you. We don't always do formal tastings at home. We tend to just open what's readily available and enjoy, but we'll talk a little bit about these with you.
So tonight we have 4 wines for us to enjoy. We have our non-vintage Brut. We have our 2018 Pinot Grigio. We have our 2014 Signature Series Pinot Noir and our 2017 Estate Sangiovese. Without further ado, we'll just jump right into it. The first one being the Brut here. This is a North Coast Brut, meaning that it is from Sonoma County, near the coastal areas. It's predominantly Chardonnay. It's 2/3 Chardonnay and 1/3 Pinot Noir with a splash of Meunier. The Meunier adds a little bit of flesh and roundness to the flavor profile, while the Chardonnay adds the finesse, and the Pinot's kind of the body and the bulky part of the flavor. Most people drink sparkling out of flutes. I like to drink sparkling out of regular wine glasses such as these. Fun fact, these are actually our wedding glasses that we never use. So this is the perfect.
We just used them earlier this year in the holidays. We use them.
We use them rarely.
We now use them.
Now we have an excuse to open the cabinet, dust off the glasses, and use them for something
So we
fun.
should do this more often.
The fun or interesting piece of this wine is the base wine is from the North Coast, but the dosage, so the secondary fermentation, is started by adding a little bit of wine and sugar into the base wine. And that wine that is added during the dosage period is from our estate Chardonnay. So this is off of the Viansa property itself. So we have a little bit of our very own grapes in this wine here. On the nose of this wine, I get quite a bit of baked bread, a little bit of fresh brioche. And that's a relatively common flavor profile for higher end champagnes from Champagne. And I'm proud to have made a very nice sparkling wine in California with those floral notes, with those notes on the nose. When drinking the wine, I get a little bit of crisp apple. There's some decent acidity to this, but nice round mouthfeel.
Not overpowering.
Not overpowering at all. There's some nice effervescence. Of course, it being a carbonated wine, you get some of that carbonation factor to it. So it's kind of flavorful. It kind of fills your mouth. It has a nice round, smooth feeling to it. And I could drink a whole bottle of this. And on to the next wine that we have. We have our 2018 Pinot Grigio. This is from the Morning Sun Vineyard. It's farmed by one of our long-term family vineyard grower relationships. We've been buying grapes off of this family. It's the Cundy family for 4 generations. They go all the way back with my family ancestry. The Morning Sun Vineyard is in northern Sonoma County. It's at elevation. I believe it's about 15 or 1600 feet. So it gets some good exposure to the sun, the morning sun, as you might imagine because of the name. But it also gets some pretty good temperature swings, and being at elevation like that kind of forces the vines to struggle, and vines that struggle produce better wines. They concentrate flavors, they concentrate the terroir, which is kind of the representation of the place that they're grown. So that is a little bit on the vineyard, the 2018 Pinot Grigio. Fun fact about this wine is a lot of the Pinot Grigios you see in the market right now are actually clarified for a specific color that the consumer set has associated with quality Pinot Grigio, but it's not actually the real color of Pinot Grigio. So if you look at this Pinot Grigio, you can see it's got a little bit more depth of color to it. I hate to say yellow, but it is a little bit more yellow. But the reality is that is the true color of Pinot Grigio. When smelling this wine, I get a lot of stone fruit off of it, some citrus.
Citrus and just a little bit of sweet. It makes you just want to take a sip.
Some tropical fruit. You almost get like a little pineapple on it.
Yeah. So just pretend you're in Hawaii.
On the palate here, I get quite a bit of apricot. I get a little key lime and a touch of crisp apple. Okay, so the Pinot Grigio. This is a classic Italian varietal. It's very popular in the United States now. It's been accepted as a mainstream, widely drinkable and approachable wine, which is phenomenal, but it draws its roots back to Mediterranean climates, as do so many other wines, but this one specifically Italy. So it's important to us as Italian winemakers, as fourth generation in Viansa and in Sonoma. It's important to us to highlight these Italian varietals and Italian winemaking styles. So moving on to our red wines, the next feature that we have here is the 2014 Signature Series Pinot Noir. This is from Sonoma County. Pinot Noir, being a cooler climate loving grape, grows very well on our estate. However, we hadn't planted Pinot Noir on our estate in time to go into this bottle, but we will be producing an estate Pinot soon. But until then, we have this 2014 Sig Pinot. Lovely wine. Pinot Noir from the coastal cooler climate regions of Sonoma County. This specific wine has been aged for 2 years in French oak. It's a 2014, but it's got a nice acidic backbone, so it's built to age, and it's aged very nicely. So this wine, being a few years old, would love to be decanted. We didn't decant it tonight because we only have so much room right here, but I can smell it changing in the glass.
We'll decant for you next time.
Yeah, we'll have to decant next time.
Well, we could cook chicken piccata, clearly.
Yeah, right?
I do smell that tobacco.
Yeah. So you get wet stone and nice tobacco flavor, the sweet kind of tobacco, not the gross kind. I get some black cherry on the nose, some raspberries. Oh, that's great. Nice tannic structure on this wine. So it's smooth, it's round, but it's not too tart. Tannins being an interaction that your mouth has rather than an actual taste. It's kind of something that will dehydrate your mouth if there's high tannins, and if there's low tannins, something you can feel very juicy and very lush. This is a nice balance in between. So you can get that whole mouth feel from the back of the tongue to the front and top of your mouth to the sides. I love that about this wine. That's amazing wine. You know, we're very, very excited about our Pinot program at Viansa. Our main estate grapes are Sangiovese, Chardonnay, which we don't have tonight, and Pinot Noir. So we will be producing an estate Pinot Noir that goes to bottle in a couple weeks here. That was the Signature Series 2014 Pinot Noir. So let's move on to the 2017 Estate Sangiovese. Uh-oh, here come the kids.
Oh boy, we're working. Do you want to say hello? Huh?
Oh, come here.
This is Reagan.
Oh!
And this is Harper.
Harper.
Can you
These
say
are
hi to the
beautiful
camera?
twin girls.
Say hi.
Can you say hello?
Can you say hi? I'm Reagan. No.
They just turned 3, so they're a little bit shy still. But we're all sheltering in place, so we're having fun, partying in the house,
There we are.
playing outside, and all is well. So
All
we're
is
very,
well.
very lucky.
All right, can we finish?
Yeah. Mommy
Yeah.
and Daddy have a bunch of wine to drink. So we are on to our 2017 Estate Sangiovese. This is one of the more exciting red wines that we produce for a couple reasons. One of the main ones being that this is one of the original estate vineyards. It's on the north slope of the Viansa property. It was planted by Mom and Dad back in the very early 90s. So it was one of the first vineyards that they planted. For a long time, the wine was going into other programs. There was no Estate Sangiovese being produced until my brother John and I came back to the winery a little over a year ago. We made the decision collectively to start producing an Estate Sangiovese. It kind of represented some of the historical winemaking and wine growing practices that Mom and Dad had established. This is the first wines in many years coming off of that vineyard. So very happy with this wine, very proud of it. And in a true Italian fashion, this wine is made to pair very well with a number of different foods. Sangiovese being the most widely planted red grape varietal in Italy by a decent margin. And that's by no mistake. It's a phenomenal wine. It's very versatile. It pairs with everything from red pizza sauce to duck confit to chicken piccata again. All the way to your fish dishes, all the way to anything shy of like a full-blown steak. So
It's so good. It's such a crowd pleaser. We had brought like a case home to my parents. I'm from Orange County area, and my mom was like, bring a case of Sangiovese home. We were through that whole thing. I thought it was a little excessive.
it's never excessive.
It's not excessive.
Never excessive.
We definitely just blew through that in a matter of like 5 days. We did have people over. There was a party involved there and other wine, but you know, it was such a crowd pleaser even at the party. Everyone loves it. The story and the vines, and it's just so smooth, and it has good body. It's not overpowering, and people are just curious. You take a sip and you want to take another sip. It's so easy to drink through it throughout the night. It's just one of those wines, my mom would tell you, it's just her favorite. There's just nothing more to it. It's just her favorite. And I would have to say it is absolutely one of my favorites as well.
That's 100% right. And we love to enjoy this wine. When we drink red wines at home, this is definitely a go-to. It's produced in a very balanced fashion. It sees 30% new French oak for 18 months, so it's not too overpowering with the oak regimen, but it's just enough to give it a little bit of body and make it approachable, yet bold enough to stand up to a lot of different foods and a lot of different occasions. So This wine will continue to improve with subsequent vintages, as with all of these wines. And we're very excited to introduce new labels, to introduce a new Viansa brand in the coming months, and now with things as they stand now, maybe in the coming year. Hopefully, we will be talking to you from a new and improved Viansa in a very, very short amount of time. So,
and thank you to everyone for taking time with us tonight. It means the world to us. It's challenging times, but to be able to connect with people and bring a little bit of our home and these wines to you in a different format that maybe you find fun and a good way to connect and enjoy this time at home, all the better. So let us know what you think, and we're excited to hear from you and excited for more to come.
Absolutely. Robyn couldn't have said it better. We are excited to welcome you into our home. This is about as real as it gets. You can see I've got my not quarantine, but I've got my shelter-in-place beard, and my hair is not done that well, but this is about as good as it gets for sheltering at home for, what is it, day 5 now? Well, we hope you enjoy the wine, and we hope you enjoyed the tasting. Please post any comments, please post any questions. All these wines, of course, are available for sale on our website. We have this Taste at Home pack available for sale. We're offering 1 cent shipping on 4 wines or more. We want to make sure that everybody is at home enjoying and making the best out of this situation as possible. So we're here to help with that. Welcome to our family and welcome to our home. Thank you for joining us. Okay. The video is going. Okay. And a lot of people will say, Doggy, it's okay. So the fun part, excuse me.
You want to see our dog?
Now you're doing it.
Oh,
Doggy.
that's Benelli.
Doggy. Just a little bit too much fun there. Yeah. Yeah, I know.